Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Money Matters, where we talk about accountancy, taxation, finance, and frankly, all things money matters. If you're watching us on Sky, ladies and gentlemen, you can also catch us on Facebook, facebook.com/TV1UK. And we're also live streaming on YouTube. It's youtube.com/TV1UK. And ladies and gentlemen, the number to call us today is 0203 5151 764. If you have any questions, any queries relating to any finance topics, whether it be regarding the pandemic or anything money related, finance related, accountancy related, please do call in and get in touch with us. 0203 5151 764. We are going to continue the show, ladies and gentlemen, relating to the topics about the pandemic. Also, we're going to start touching on topics that people are coming out of the pandemic, inshallah, businesses that are coming out and recovering from the last year's close down of the businesses, and also businesses that are starting up, new businesses that are coming up. So we're going to be talking about potentially about business plans, how to deal with structuring the business, whether you want to go as a sole trader or a partnership or a limited company, which is best for you. And then certain things about raising finances for businesses. A lot of options out there available. So if you're in that category, if you're considering setting up a business yourself, get in touch with us and we'll be more than happy to help, inshallah. 0203 5151 764. And as usual, I have my co-host with me, Arif Bhai. Assalamu alaikum, Arif Bhai.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing, Arif Bhai? You okay?
Alam Bhai, alhamdulillah.
Good. We've had just to touch on the weather. I know we don't really talk about the weather often in this show, but we had a bit of a storm last week, didn't we? We had sun, we had high temperatures, we had a lot of rain last night, and in between I think we had a tornado in Barking.
And we had a tornado in Barking as well, yes. I was sitting in Ilford.
Oh, so not too far away.
Not too far away, no. And somebody just told me that there's a tornado going in Barking.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we pray for the losses of people. I mean, I think, alhamdulillah, there wasn't anyone that
there was some damage to properties, but
property damage.
There's no damage in life.
That's right, alhamdulillah. Yeah, but I was just talking to somebody else earlier on, and we're getting this Bangladeshi weather in the UK all of a sudden. We're having high temperatures of 38, 40 degrees, and then now we've got tornadoes, we've got mosquitoes. Sooner or later we're going to have everything that's in Bangladesh, all the weather's in Bangladesh, we're going to have monsoon.
Okay.
Subhanallah.
Let's hope so. We'll get the monsoon here as well.
So, Arif Bhai, obviously, we've been discussing a lot of the pandemic-related issues for the last several months, and inshallah, the viewers have had benefit from that.
Yes.
But, there are a lot of businesses going forward now, and there's a lot of people that are starting up new businesses.
Yes.
So, if we can talk about potentially the topics in business startups. So, for example, business plan, structuring. If you'd like to add to this, definitely more than welcome to. What can we advise new startups?
But going back to the help to the business during the COVID time, we know the government offer lots of helps for the business. এবং আমরাও সাথে সাথে আমাদের প্রোগ্রামেও আমরা সবসময় চেষ্টা করেছি যে কোনো আপডেট গভর্নমেন্ট থেকে ডিক্লেয়ার হয়েছে সাথে সাথে আমরা আমাদের ভিউয়ার্সদের সেটা এক্সপ্লেন করার চেষ্টা করেছি। সে ফার্লো স্কিম থেকে শুরু করে ফার্লো স্কিম, জেআরএস গ্রান্ট, বাউন্স ব্যাক লোন, স্টার্টআপ গ্রান্ট, এভরিথিং যেটা যখন এসেছে আমরা সাথে সাথে আমাদের দর্শকদেরকে এটা এক্সপ্লেন করার চেষ্টা করেছি। এবং যখন আমরা যেটা ফিডব্যাক পেয়েছি বিভিন্ন দর্শকদের কাছ থেকে, ইভেন যখন আমরা বাইরে, I'm sure when you was on the street, people was asking us, your program was very good, that was really helpful.
We get that, I get that quite often. It's a very helpful program, and I really appreciate that.
Yes.
It's really
a lot of
good
brothers,
feedback.
lot of viewers, that their response was, we really the show help us, to understand a lot of the offer, the business help that came on that time.
Yeah, and there
So
were a
let's
lot
hope
of
that-
these, there was a lot of these help grants and all the other things that the
I think
Chancellor
we try
announced.
to explain
Yeah.
to our viewers.
Some of the
you know.
times, and I'll be
other-
honest with you, I don't know about yourself, but some of the times, even for us accountants, some of the things that they were coming out with, it was quite confusing. And there was a fair amount of research then we had to do as well, just to kind of make sure that
Well,
we
it was
were on the
coming
right track.
one after one
That's right.
continuously.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
but we tried our best
Alhamdulillah.
to give the feedback to our viewers and hope that
Yeah,
they-
we do hope
it
inshallah,
was helpful.
everyone's
uh,
happy with that.
so
But
yes,
going forward,
today,
yeah,
going
inshallah.
forward, as the government scheme is coming to an end now, so we know the 5th grant is coming for the self-employed people. July এন্ডে আপনাদেরকে ফিফথ গ্রান্ট এটা দেওয়া হবে এবং এটা মোর ইনফরমেশন জুলাইয়ের ফার্স্ট উইকে মোর ইনফরমেশন আসবে যে এটা কীভাবে দেওয়া হবে। তবে আমরা জানি যে অ্যাট দ্য জুলাই শেষে গিয়া এই গ্রান্ট এটা ওপেন করা হবে। সো দ্যাট ইজ কামিং। ফার্লো স্কিম দে উইল বি চেঞ্জ আসবে নেক্সট মান্থ থেকে। এমপ্লয়ারদের কন্ট্রিবিউশন করতে হবে, বিগার কন্ট্রিবিউশন 70%, তারপরে তাদেরকে সরি এমপ্লয়ারদের 30% কন্ট্রিবিউট করতে হবে, এরপরের মাসে 40% করতে হবে। গভর্নমেন্ট এখন 80% দিচ্ছেন ফার্লো, বাট এটা পরের মাসে গিয়ে গভর্নমেন্ট 70% দেবে, তারপরে 60% দেবে গভর্নমেন্ট, 40% দিতে হবে এমপ্লয়ারকে। সো দিজ আর দ্য change.
So the employer has to contribute at least 10%. So in August, the employer has to contribute at least 10%. So it's a total of up to a minimum.
So 20 and 10, that will be 30%
That's
for
right.
the employer,
Yeah,
and 70% from the government.
yeah,
And then month after, it will be 40% for the employer,
Yeah.
total,
total.
and 60% will be paid. Only
By
60%
the,
will be paid
government. Yeah.
by
And
the
then,
government.
and then we have to realize this, and I think there's a lot of businesses that are still relying and actually surviving on the furlough scheme.
Yes.
So we do have to realize this, that and after September, the Chancellor has and he's been very adamant that there isn't going to be an extension on the furlough. So those businesses that are supporting,
I won't say so, because the government plan is now to open up in July.
That's right. Yeah,
so
exactly.
to coming out from the lockdown.
Yeah.
As we know, as from today, where the government, Sajid Javid's statements,
Yeah.
that clearly shows that they want to stick to that deadline.
Timeline, yes.
Timeline, again, it depends on the situation, how the COVID situation developed.
Well,
But
inshallah-
what they are
inshallah-
saying, they are not looking into data now, they are looking into timeline.
That's right. Yeah.
Time.
That's right. So it's
Yeah.
out
So-
the window now.
Yes.
So inshallah, look, what we hope for is things to get better, and inshallah,
The good thing is most of
businesses
the, a significant number of people has already been vaccinated.
yes.
Yeah. So it's more than half of the population is already vaccinated. So let's hope that we're going to come back to a normal position, and business will start opening, and the people will start thinking in the new way. They will try to open up their businesses as well.
Yeah.
New businesses will come.
Yeah.
Economy will pick up. Let's hope so.
Inshallah.
So,
So going forward then,
yes.
Arif bhai, let's touch on the topic that we want to discuss today, inshallah.
Yes.
And it's about starting up new businesses. And one of the main topics, one of
Yeah.
the criterias, I think, to start up a topic is to have some sort of a business plan.
Business plan, yes.
Tell us
we know for-
tell us the significance of a business plan.
Yes.
How important it is, please.
Because anything you do in life, যে কোনো জিনিস যদি আমরা করতে চাই, then we have to have a right plan for that
Yes.
first. And if we start doing the things without plan, then we're going to muddle up.
Yes.
So business is exactly the same.
Yeah.
You have to have the right plan first.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
You have to make a plan that how you're going to do your business.
Mm.
Yeah. Then when it's come to business plan, we know that there are few things that you need to take in consideration.
Mm.
যেমন একটা বিজনেস প্ল্যানের প্রথম আপনার সিলেক্ট করতে হবে যে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে আমি একটা বিজনেস ওপেন করব বা একটা ফ্যাক্টরি ওপেন করব বা যেটাই করি আই হ্যাভ টু হ্যাভ এ প্রোডাক্ট ফার্স্ট থিং ইজ দ্য প্রোডাক্ট যে আমি কোন প্রোডাক্টটা আমি সেল করব বাট কোন প্রোডাক্ট আমি প্রডিউস করব কোন প্রোডাক্ট আমি ম্যানুফ্যাকচার করব ইউ হ্যাভ টু হ্যাভ এ প্ল্যান ফর দ্যাট দ্য হোয়াট উইল বি মাই প্রোডাক্ট Okay.
How are you going to source the product? How is it coming in?
Then yes, then the source.
Okay,
the where I'm going to get the raw materials from.
That's right.
Where it's going to come from.
Yeah.
অথবা যদি আপনার রেডিমেড গুডসও আপনি বিক্রি করেন আপনার শপে তাহলে আপনার জানতে হবে যে হু ইজ দ্য হোলসেলার
So yeah, who are you getting the supply
এটা
from?
কার থেকে আমি সাপ্লাই পাবো
Yes.
দেন ইফ দ্য প্রোডাক্ট ইজ নট ইন দিস কান্ট্রি দেন আমার ইম্পোর্ট করতে হবে তো বাইরের দেশ থেকে ইম্পোর্ট করতে হলে হোয়াট প্রোডাক্টস হাউ আই এম গোইং টু সোর্স ইট বাইরে কোন দেশ এটা প্রডিউস করে দেন ইউ নিড টু নো দ্য সোর্স সো দ্যাট ইজ রিলেভেন্ট টু ইউর প্রোডাক্ট সো যখন আপনার প্রোডাক্ট ঠিক হয়ে যাবে যে হ্যাঁ এই জিনিস আমি এই ব্যবসা আমি করতে চাই এই প্রোডাক্টের আমি বিজনেস করতে চাই দেন দ্য সেকেন্ড থিং ইউ নিড টু নো ইউর কম্পিটিটার্স যে হু এলস ইজ ডুইং দিস বিজনেস তাই না ওকে this is a good product, profitable product, but how many businesses in that area
are doing the same thing?
Surrounding that area or even within your county or within the UK? How many people are doing that business, same product? And what we call is the market share.
Yes.
Yeah, what will be your market share there? Okay, what we mean by market share, say, for example, 100,000 people buy your product, a certain product that 100,000 people per year they buy it. And we have, say, 100,000 business there. They are all selling that.
Yeah.
Now, if you come to that market, and you are an additional one, then what will be your share? Because if 100,000 people buying the product and 100,000 businesses there, so then every business might get one
share. Yeah, one
get one person.
Of the market.
So you need to know that okay, I can sell my things to one person, and if you come as a newcomer in that market, then you know that okay, you cannot survive by selling your goods to one person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so then you have to come out with some idea which is unique, which is not. Your competitors is not doing that.
That's right. Yes.
So yeah, that's the differentiation. So you have to do product differentiation. So that's where the planning come.
Yes.
Then your thought have to be there. How I can be different from others.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to have something unique, like you said. You have to have some sort of a uniqueness to your selling approach, not necessarily the product. For example, if we give an example to the viewers, and within our kind of industry, I like to use the catering business as an example. Restaurants.
Yes.
So we're still selling a curry and rice or whatever it is, but now we have a lot of restaurants that are opening up with very fusion type dishes, so unique dishes, which is then making that restaurant
some of
more
the
unique.
entrepreneurs. They are coming to the market. They are this generation's entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Might be somebody's. He had a good degree in business studies from universities. And they bringing in that concept.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. I still remember one of my clients. They were. Studying in the university when in business study they were doing the business studies. So his brother was a restaurant owner.
Yeah.
And he used to work in that restaurant on and off.
Yes.
But when he came out, he said, "Look, I want to take this product from restaurant to mass production, to superstore.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so what they did, there was a food exhibition, and he said, okay, I'm going to hire
Stall.
a stall there,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put that product there and see if anybody is interested.
Yeah.
And that's what exactly they did. Two young friends, that's what they did.
Yeah.
They exhibited that. And then Costco, Costco UK,
Yes, yes.
the wholesaler.
Yes.
Yeah, the Costco picked up their product. They were
Wow.
interested.
Wow.
And they
amazing.
said, he was explaining me, Costco, the cheap buyer,
Hmm.
he was there, and when he saw these two young guy,
Hmm.
exhibiting Indian curry,
Yeah.
so they came here and they said, what are you doing here? He said, okay, this is our product. We do that. My brother is a chef. He make these things, and they said, can you supply it to us? Have you got a factory here? Where are you?
Yeah.
Then, their MD came in and he said, look, we'll help you,
Yes.
yeah, to set up everything,
Yeah.
yeah. We liked your product. You come and see me
Yeah.
in my
Amazing.
office, and we're going to talk
Amazing.
about it.
Yeah.
And from there,
It just went.
they
booming.
they started supplying all over UK.
Mashallah.
So
This
these
is
things
it.
happen.
Yeah,
yes.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
So
of course, these things
this
can happen.
they
yes.
can take into to the next level.
Mm.
The new entrepreneurs who are coming to the market. If
Mm.
they have vision,
Yes.
we don't have to stick to this restaurant.
The same,
and the curry,
the
yeah.
same old structure.
Same
that we have.
product. That
Mm.
curry can go to superstore shelf.
Yeah.
It's going now.
Yeah.
You can get the curry from now Tesco,
Tesco, absolutely.
Sainsbury, and everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you can increase your level of
Mm.
sales,
You
significantly.
can go from being a local restaurant to pretty much national.
Yes.
So it's possible that way.
So,
And going back to the business plan,
Hmm.
it's necessary to have that plan, have a time frame, and then
Yes.
point out like what you need to do to get to that.
yeah, because you have to identify your competitors and then your market share. If you come there, what market you can share from there, and obviously to assess that, you have to do some market research. What we call is market research.
Yes.
Now, the market research that goes from, say, you want to open up another restaurant, but there are 5 restaurants there. You can go there on Saturday or Sunday evening, Friday or Saturday, the busiest day.
Yeah.
You can go there and watch how many people is going to which restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's also a market research.
That's some research. Yes.
Or, the big company, when they do their market research, to assess their market share, they engage this research company, marketing
right,
research
yes.
company, and they pay them, a significant amount
That's
of
right.
money just to give them the data.
Yeah.
They,
It's like some of
What
those
is that?
people sometimes, when you come out of the station, underground station,
Yeah.
and they're waiting there with a clipboard and they want to ask you a few questions. These are the people
Yes,
that actually
it's
gather
the
the information.
market survey.
Market surveys.
They take the data from
Public individuals.
from
local.
the individual publics. They pick up a sample.
Mm.
Say if they choose, they're going to do 1,000 people from that area. They're going to ask 1,000 people, and then they calculate the population. They know what is the population in this area in my market, and if out of 1,000 people said 500 people say that something, so they calculate in the proportionate way. So they can get some idea from there. Whether there is a demand of that product in the market or how.
One other.
so
I mean,
that's-
obviously, if we discuss all the kind of criteria of the business plan, Arif Bhai, we'll be here for a few hours. But let's touch on the financial aspects of the business plan. So the one of the important one obviously is the cash flow forecast, and then potentially having some sort of a projected
profit and loss account.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these are the two main components of a total business plan.
Yes.
First is profit and loss account, forecast profit and loss account, because the main reason to do the business is to make money, to make profit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if your product is not profitable, if your business is not profitable, then you will not be in business. But now, how do you know that your product will be profitable? Obviously, আপনার কিছু ক্যালকুলেশন করতে হবে যে আপনার টোটাল সেলস কত হবে, এর পিছনে এক্সপেন্স কি আসবে, আপনি একটা প্রিমিসিস নিলে সেখানে রেন্ট কত আসবে, রেটস কত আসবে, এরপরে বিলস কত আসবে, লাইট অ্যান্ড হিট, অ্যান্ড দেন প্রোডাক্ট কিনতে কত খরচ হবে, লেবার কস্ট কত হবে, কতজন লোক কাজ করবে, তাদের বেতন কত আসবে, তাদের পিওআই ট্যাক্স কত আসবে, এই সমস্ত জিনিস তখন আপনার হিসাব করতে হবে, একটা হিসাবে নিয়ে আসতে হবে। সো দ্যাটস হোয়েন ইউ গো টু অ্যান অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট,
Yes.
because accountants are doing profit and loss account every day. That's their job.
Sometimes in their sleep as well.
Right. That's their job. So they are doing for different business.
Yeah.
Every day they are doing the profit and loss account
That's
for
right.
different businesses. So they have the idea. Okay, and আপনি যখন যাবেন অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টের কাছে বলবেন যে ওকে দিস ইজ দ্য প্রোডাক্ট অর দিস ইজ মাই বিজনেস, এইটা আমি করতে চাই, এইটা আমাকে একটা ফোরকাস্ট দেয়, আমি যদি করি তাহলে আমার 3 বছরে নেক্সট 3 বছরে আমার কত প্রফিট হতে পারে বা কত লস হতে পারে, এইটা একটা আমাকে হিসাব করে দেন, একটা ফোরকাস্ট প্রফিট অ্যান্ড লস অ্যাকাউন্ট করে দেন। দেন অ্যাকাউন্টেন্ট ডাজ ইট ফর ইউ, অ্যান্ড অ্যাট দ্য সেম টাইম দের ইজ অ্যানাদার যে জিনিসটা করা দরকার সেটা হলো ক্যাশ ফ্লো ফোরকাস্ট। বিকজ আমরা বলি অনেক সময় যে বিজনেস, অনেক বিজনেস ক্লোজ হয় বিকজ অফ দ্য ক্যাশ ফ্লো প্রবলেম, নট নেসেসারিলি দ্য বিজনেস is not a loss maker.
Not a failure business.
No.
Purely on
business is still profitable. Still business can make profit, but at the end of the year when you will count it, the business will be in plus. But middle of the year you might have shortage of cash. When business doesn't have enough cash, so for example to pay your staff, employee, because your supplier, they didn't pay on time.
They didn't pay on time.
Sorry, your customers, their customer didn't pay you on time, so you don't have cash and you can't pay to your staff. So staffকে যদি আপনি 1 মাস বেতন না দিতে পারেন বা 2 মাস বেতন না দিতে পারেন, then what will happen?
Staff will be unhappy.
They will be unhappy. Some of the key staff might leave the job, the business
production
will be
level
affected.
will go down.
Yes, and অনেক সময় দেখা যায় যে ক্যাশের অভাবে আপনার বিজনেস তখন ক্লোজ হয়ে যাবে, শাটডাউন করে ফেলতে হয়। তো এই জন্য ইজ অলওয়েজ বেটার টু হ্যাভ এ প্ল্যান, হোয়াট উই কল ক্যাশ ফ্লো ফোরকাস্ট, যে কত ক্যাশ আসবে এবং কত যাবে, এটা মান্থ বাই মান্থ একটা অ্যানালাইসিস, এটা আমরা করি অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টরা।
We're aware of, and it's not just necessarily for small businesses, for all businesses, but we believe cash is the bloodline of the business.
Of course.
Without the cash, without the regular income of cash, timely income of cash, it's going to cause a detrimental effect. And like you said, Arif, the business can be profitable. The product that you're selling could be a very good product. You could have a fairly decent sized market share of the product, but if the income isn't coming in, then essentially you will get stuck, and it will have a knock-on effect with everything.
Yeah, because if you do the right planning, for example, if I give you an example, okay, আপনি যখন প্রোডাক্ট বিক্রি করলেন তখন ইউ গিভ দ্য ক্রেডিট টু কাস্টমার, যে ওকে আমাকে 30 ডেজের ভিতরে আপনি পে করবেন, দ্যাটস দ্য কন্ডিশন, 30 ডেজ। সো 30 ডেজ পরে আপনি হিসাব করতেছেন যে এভরি 30 ডেজে আই এম রিসিভিং দিস মাস ক্যাশ, এটা আসবে আমার কাছে। বাট ওইখানে যদি আমরা 30 ডেজের পরিবর্তে কাস্টমার 145 ডেজ, ওকে আমাকে 45 ডেজের ক্রেডিট দেন, আমি 45 ডেজ পরে পে করব, That's where you need to do the planning, the cash flow planning. Okay, আমি 45 days তাকে আমি দিতে পারবো কিনা, যদি দেই তাহলে আমার ক্যাশে শর্ট হয়ে যাবে
কি
কিনা।
হবে?
হ্যাঁ, বা কেউ যদি 60 ডেজের জন্য ক্রেডিট চায় যে ঠিক আছে আমাকে 60 ডেজ দেন, বা আপনি যখন একজনের কাছে মাল আপনার প্রোডাক্ট বিক্রি করবেন, তখন যদি আপনি দেখেন যে একে যদি আপনি ক্রেডিটে বিক্রি করেন তাহলে এ হয়তো আপনাকে টাইমলি পে করবে না, হয়তো আপনি 30 ডেজ বলে দেবেন বাট সে 30 ডেজে দেবে না, সে হয়তো 45 ডেজ নেবে বা 60 ডেজ নেবে। সো তখন আপনার হিসেব করতে হবে আগে যে আমি 60 ডেজ এর মধ্যে যদি ক্যাশ না আসে,
সার্ভাইভ করতে
দেন
পারবেন।
ক্যান আই সার্ভাইভ?
দ্যাটস রাইট।
সো এগুলা হচ্ছে প্ল্যানিং, বিজনেস প্ল্যানিং অ্যাসপেক্ট। সো
Excellent.
বিজনেস শুরু করার আগে যদি এই প্ল্যানগুলো আপনি ঠিকভাবে করে নেন,
Then you have
তাহলে
more
then
of a likelihood
yes, then chance is less that you will fail.
fail. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
So
Thank you.
এই জন্য business plan is very
It's
important.
vital, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Arif Bhai, for explaining that to us. We're going to go on a short break, but once we come back, Arif Bhai, we're going to touch on structuring the business. So sole
Yes.
trader, partnership, limited liability, limited company, we'll go through all of these, the legal structures of the business
Yes.
and the benefits of the structures. Inshallah, we'll go for a quick short break and we will see you shortly after the break, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Money Matters, where we talk about accountancy, taxation, finance, and frankly, all things money matters. We are talking today about business, new business startups. We're coming out of the pandemic, inshallah, and there's a lot of people that are starting up businesses. So we thought we'll give an insight today on business startups. Before the break, we went through business plans, how it's very important to have a business plan, certain relevant parts of the business plan that is required. And we are going to continue and we're going to talk about the business structure. What is the business structure that you need for your particular business, how it will benefit you with the legal status, also the tax savings that you'll have. So there's lots of options there. And then we're also going to be discussing the finances for the business, raising finance for the business, if it's coming from yourself, coming from family members, coming from the bank, how to acquire that. We'll be discussing that, inshallah. So if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please do get in touch. 0203 5151 764. If you are thinking of starting up a business, please do get in touch with us and we'll be more than happy to help, inshallah. And while we're discussing these topics, if you have any other questions relevant to any finance matters, please do get in touch. 0203 5151 764. So Arif Bhai, so
Yes.
we've discussed the cash flow forecast and all the business plan aspects.
Some part of business
we haven't
plan, yeah.
exhausted it, of course. There's so much more involved in a business plan,
That's-
but we
yeah.
haven't exhausted it. And certain items that it will take a long time to go through.
That's
But
right,
there is a lot of things that will go into a business plan. Let's start with let's continue with the business structuring. What's the few? Let's take a few and the main ones. I think sole trader, partnership, and limited company. What's the benefits and pros and cons of each ones? Inshallah.
Yes, UK-তে mainly আপনার there's one thing extra. আমি ওইটা থেকেই আগে শুরু করছি।
Please, yes.
কারণ যে কোনো দেশেই আপনি বিজনেস করেন,
হ্যাঁ,
you can do as a sole trader,
yes,
as a partnership,
yes,
as a limited company.
yes.
Yeah, you can incorporate your business and you can have registered limited company. Then obviously you can do even more. You can do group of companies. And then in UK you can do limited liability partnership as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and the very basic thing you can do, that you can start working as a self-employed.
Yes.
So that's why I said, okay, let's start with that one first, the
Yes.
self-employed.
Yes.
Okay, আপনি যদি ছোট ব্যবসা করতে চান, যে আপনি নিজের কাজ নিজে করবেন, আপনি অন্যের কাজ করবেন না, যা করেন নিজে করবেন। হতে পারে আপনি নিজে একজন আপনি ক্যাব ড্রাইভিং করবেন, সে ফর এক্সাম্পল
Yes.
আপনি মিনি ক্যাব ড্রাইভিং করবেন। সো এই জন্য আপনাকে বিজনেস সেরকম সেট আপ করার কোনো দরকার নেই। আপনি জাস্ট HMRC-কে জানাবেন যে আমি সেলফ এমপ্লয়েড হিসেবে আমি কাজ করতেছি, এবং বছরের শেষে গিয়ে একটা হিসাব তৈরি করে আপনার প্রফিট অ্যান্ড লস হিসাব করে, যদি আপনার প্রফিট হয়, আপনার কত প্রফিট হয়েছে এইটা আপনি HMRC-কে সেলফ অ্যাসেসমেন্ট ফর্মে জানিয়ে দিলে that is okay.
That's enough.
That's the simplest form of somebody can do some business.
Yes.
এটা হলো আপনার একদম সিম্পল ওয়ে বিজনেস। সেকেন্ড যেটা আমরা বলি যে ইয়েস, ইউ ক্যান বি এ সোল ট্রেডার। আপনি যদি মনে করেন ছোট একটা বিজনেস রান করেন, মনে করেন একটা কর্নার শপ রান করেন আপনি, বা একটা রেস্টুরেন্ট বা একটা টেকওয়ে আপনি রান করেন, ইয়েস, এটা আপনি আপনার নিজের মালিক, যা লাভ লোকসান যা হয় সব আপনার নিজের, দ্যাটস ইওর প্রফিট। অ্যান্ড অলসো বছরের শেষে যেটা থাকে প্রফিট, আপনি ড্রয়িং হিসেবে ইউ ক্যান ড্র দ্যাট, বাট at the same time you will be solely responsible for
all the
for the business liability, business যে activity, যা বিজনেসের যা অ্যাসেট আছে এটাও আপনার পার্সোনাল অ্যাসেট, যা লাইবিলিটি আছে সেটাও আপনার পার্সোনাল লাইবিলিটি। মনে করেন ফর এক্সাম্পল বিজনেস রেট দিতে পারলো না, হ্যাঁ, মনে করেন কাউন্সিল ট্যাক্স, বিজনেস রেটস এটা আউটস্ট্যান্ডিং থাকলো, বা ইলেকট্রিসিটি বিল দিতে পারলো না, দিতে পারলো না, কিন্তু হয়তো সাপ্লাইয়ারের পেমেন্ট দিতে পারেন নাই বিকজ বিজনেস ওয়াজ নট প্রফিটেবল, কিন্তু আপনি পার্সোনালি রেসপন্সিবল এই জন্য আপনার সাপ্লাইয়ারকে পেমেন্ট আপনার করতে হবে। আপনার যদি মনে করেন অন্য অ্যাসেট থাকে, মনে করেন বাড়ি থাকে বা গাড়ি থাকে বা অন্য অ্যাসেট থাকে, এটা বিক্রি করে হলেও আপনার সাপ্লাইয়ারকে আপনার পে করতে হবে, আপনার ইলেকট্রিসিটি বিল আপনার দিতে হবে, because you are personally responsible.
Exactly.
Otherwise you will be bankrupt.
Yes.
They can
Bankrupt you.
make you bankrupt. Okay. And এই সমস্যা থেকে বাঁচার জন্য there is another form what we call is limited company.
Limited company.
এই রিস্ক যদি আপনি এলিমিনেট করতে হয় যে ঠিক আছে আমার পার্সোনালি আমি কোনো রিস্ক নেব না, যা ব্যবসার যা আপনার অ্যাসেট লাইবিলিটি যা হবে এটা আমি আলাদা একটা ইসে রাখবো, আলাদা একটা এন্টিটিতে রাখবো, দেন ইটস এ লিমিটেড কোম্পানি। ইউ ক্যান রেজিস্টার ইউর বিজনেস উইথ দ্য কোম্পানিজ হাউস অ্যান্ড ফর্ম এ লিমিটেড কোম্পানি, অ্যান্ড দেন ইউ ক্যান ট্রেড অ্যাজ এ লিমিটেড কোম্পানি হোয়ার আপনার বিজনেসের লাইবিলিটি যা থাকে এটা is companies, it's not personally, you will not be responsible for that.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so once your business is registered with company house, you get a separate entity and that protect you.
Protects the individual. Yes.
Protect the individual. So that's another form of doing the business. যারা মনে করেন একটু বড় সাইজের বিজনেস যারা মনে করেন একদম ছোট স্কেলে না, তাদের সবার জন্য ইজ অ্যাডভাইজেবল দ্যাট ইউ ট্রেড অ্যাজ এ লিমিটেড কোম্পানি, কারণ রিস্ক ইজ লো, আপনার ট্যাক্স রেট ইজ লো।
So that's what I was going to ask now. So obviously the responsibility side of things, there's a benefit in having a limited company. Then the other benefit is the tax savings
Tax
as
benefit,
well.
yeah.
So just briefly, Arsh bhai, if you want to just mention the tax savings that we'll have from an
tax
individual
saving
to
is simple. Company pay corporation tax 19%.
At the moment, yes, 19%.
Yeah, 19% corporation tax. And if you are an individual, you pay income tax. So income tax is 20%,
Yes.
which is 1% more. And then company's tax is 19%.
Yes.
However, যখন আপনি you exceed profit after 50,000 pounds,
50,000, yes.
50,000 a year, then your tax rate can go up to 40%.
Yes. as an
Anything
individual.
above 50,000 pound profit you earn a year, or your other income
Everything
plus your
else.
business profit, if that together is 50,000, then anything above that you might end up paying 40%.
You fall on the higher rate tax.
Higher rate tax.
payer,
Yeah. But company will still pay 19%.
Up to 300,000
up
pounds.
Up to the profit level.
Yeah.
So then you save straight away you save the tax, and then আপনার যদি 50,000 এর বেশি দরকার না হয়, then you can leave the money in company's account. You don't have to take it out. But if you take out anything within the basic rate tax, then you only pay 7.5% extra.
Because you are taking it out.
Anything above 2,000 pound.
Yes.
First 2,000 pound you don't have to pay any tax.
You don't have to pay.
But anything more than that, within 50,000 pound of your total income, you only pay 7.5% income tax. But if you go over that, then it still is 32.5%.
32.5%, but it's still lower than 40%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So another benefit is, when it's a limited company, as a company director, you can work for your company. Yeah, and we know that you have 12,500 pound
Tax-free allowance.
tax-free allowance every year.
Yes.
So that 12,500 pound you can take tax-free.
Yes.
You don't have to pay tax on that.
Yes.
So as long as it's for company জন্য এটা একটা খরচ আপনাকে যে ওয়েজেস দেয় কোম্পানি তখন কোম্পানির খরচ তো কোম্পানি থেকে তখন কি হবে ওই আপনার 12,000 পাউন্ডের খরচ বাড়বে কোম্পানি কর্পোরেশন ট্যাক্স দেবে কম ওই 12,000 এর উপরে কর্পোরেশন ট্যাক্স দিতে হবে না and then you getting that 12,000 tax free
back. So by having the expense of 12,500, you're saving the company nearly 2,500 pounds of corporation tax.
That's right.
Say 19%. So say 2,000 pounds worth of corporation tax. So it's a tax saving for the company to have the director as on a salary.
And if your wife is involved in company's management as well, then you can add, and if she's not working anywhere else, then she can work for the company as well.
Yes.
Your children can work for the company.
Yes, exactly.
And you can take, for each of them, you can take 12,500 pounds.
Yeah.
So for tax saving, you have more maneuvering when it's a limited company.
Yes.
But when it's a sole trader, then your option is very limited.
Very limited, yes, exactly.
So that's one of the advantage of trading as a limited company.
Just briefly, Arif Bhai, I mean, and I get this question a lot, and although it's not necessarily relevant sometimes, even with the limited company, there is two different, well, with the with limited company, there's two different ones. One is private limited company, and one is public limited company.
Right.
So there's a lot of a lot of clients, potentially friends and family. They ask, what's the difference between them? So just very shortly, very briefly, just give us an insight on private limited company and public limited company.
Okay. So private limited company, you just register with Companies House. And you can issue the share. You can keep it within few people's.
Yes.
Few shareholders within your size. But when it's a public limited company, then it's more formalities involved, and then you have to trade as a certain time as a private limited company to qualify. To form a public limited company.
Correct, yes.
And also when the public limited company can sell their share in market. They can invite general public to buy the share of the company. But as a private limited company, you cannot invite
extra. You can't do it formally. You can't do it. You can't advertise your shares.
To sell in the market. Normally, when you sell the share, you have to sell it through the London Stock Exchange. In UK, we sell it through London Stock Exchange. So you have to register in London Stock Exchange to sell your share. If it's a public limited company, then you can only sell the share through a stock exchange.
That's right. Yes.
Otherwise, a private limited company cannot sell their share through the stock exchange.
Excellent. So that's the brief knowledge about that. So while we're on that kind of topic with the private limited companies,
another thing I didn't touch there is LLP.
LLP, yes, limited liability
partnership. Yes. Normally, when if 2-3 people you want to do business together and each of them are the partner of the business, you can form a partnership. It's less formal. You can just write a partnership agreement between you, how you're going to share your profit, and who is investing what. You just write down in a piece of paper, that's your partnership agreement, and you can start trading as partnership. And then you share the profit. But
essentially,
if you want to give, if you want to register that as and you can incorporate it, the partnership, then that is called LLP.
Limited liability
partnership. Then that's give you some sort of protection, as we discussed about the company before, that you get your liability is limited.
So you get some of the benefits of incorporating as a
Yes.
company, but then you still have the partnership.
You can share your
Yeah.
profit as normal partnership,
Yes.
and you can account for your share as from the income tax,
Income tax,
instead
yes.
of
So the
corporation
formalities
tax.
are a little bit less with
formalities.
the LLPs.
Yes,
Slightly less than.
it's basically it's a partnership, but it's
Yeah.
incorporated partnership.
Yeah, excellent. Arif bhai, we are running out of time, but I do want to touch some of the aspects of raising finances. So, we obviously look at, the first thing we do is we look at our savings. How much do we have? How much can we put in? Then potentially, once we've got an idea, once we've got something, we start asking in your circle, so family, friends, colleagues, whatever you can raise through there. And then obviously we go through to the banks. One of the main ways to get large sums of money is through the banks. So just kind of guide us through that process, inshallah.
Yeah, because business করতে হলে আপনার capital লাগবে। If you don't have capital, you can't do business. So এখন ক্যাপিটালটা আসতে পারে মনে করেন আপনার নিজের সোর্স থেকে। You have money and you bring it into the business, so that's your capital. But if that money is not big enough to meet all the expenses, like আপনার মেশিনারি কিনতে হবে, শপ নিতে হবে, তারপরে আপনার রিফাবলিশ করতে হবে, সব সেট আপ করতে হবে, সব কিছু করার জন্য যদি আপনার কাছে এনাফ না থাকে, then you need to borrow the capital from somebody else. এখন somebody else আপনি পার্সোনাল বেসিসে হয়তো আপনার ক্যাপিটাল অন্য কারো কাছ থেকে আপনি নিতে পারেন, হয়তো ফ্রেন্ডদের কাছ থেকে ধার নিতে পারেন বা ফ্যামিলির কাছ থেকে। That's a different issue. But if you need even more, big sums, then you have to probably go to bank or a lender যারা বিজনেসে ফাইন্যান্স করে, তাদের কাছে যেতে হবে। It doesn't have to be necessarily the high street bank. There are a lot of lenders তারা বিজনেসে লেন্ডিং করে, বিজনেসকে ক্যাপিটাল দেয়। এবং there are some government scheme as well, for first time, if you are first time investors, you can get some help, from the government guaranteed loan, which we call the government give the guarantee to the bank, and then bank give you the finance. So that option is available, but you have to have a proper business plan first.
Yes.
And then you need to present it to the bank. Okay, this is my plan. That's what I want to do. The business will be profitable. That much profit I'm going to make first year. This much profit I'm going to make second year. Third year I will make this much profit. And then the accountant, as I said, you need a cash flow forecast and a projected profit and loss account. So the accountants can do that, and then they will show in their calculation that you will be able to pay the monthly installments, যেটা ফাইন্যান্সের ইনস্টলমেন্ট যেটা আসবে, বিজনেস ইজিলি বিজনেসের প্রফিট থেকে এটা পে করতে পারবে। So these are the paperwork you need to give it to the banks, and if the bank is convinced with your paperwork, then they will lend you the money.
Yes.
So that's how you raise the capital for business also.
We also have, there's also similar to the government grants and business loans, small business loans that the government initiative provides. There are crowdfunding, which is, it's always been there, but I think there's been more of a structure to it and more of a, it's been more advertised more recently in the last kind of 10, 15 years.
Yes.
Crowdfunding, where you project your business
Funding circle.
to fund someone like Funding Circle.
Funding
Yes.
circle. Yes, crowdfunding is basically, they are not bank, but they are inviting the people like you and me who have extra money.
Yes.
Yeah. So what they do, they invite the businesses who needs the money,
Yes.
and at the same time they invest, who have a spare money.
That's right. Yes.
So their job is to connect these two
people
parties,
together. Yes.
two people together.
Yeah. And they make a certain percentage out of the.
They take a certain percentage, but the fund is relatively easier
Mm.
because if you go through the bank, there's more formalities, more paperwork is needed. Sometimes their requirements is less. You know, they want less paperwork.
With the crowdfunding, a lot of the times the risk appetite is bigger. Some of the
yes,
crowdfunders.
because when you will go to the bank, you know, probably if you are just beginner and you don't have any proof record of trading, say you haven't traded 6 months, so bank cannot see actually the, you know, how you are doing, actually how you are doing. So bank always look at that, okay, you have to give me minimum 1 years of actual data, trading data, and then might be 2 years forecasted. Then they can work easily with that. Unless you have a proven record, some banks are very reluctant to give you money.
That's right. Yeah.
But if you go to alternative finance like the crowdfunding, as you said, or the funding circle, they finance you from, they might finance you from the day one.
From day one, yes.
Yeah. So they take little bit risk.
Yes.
On you.
Yes.
But their rate might be a little bit more. Their interest rate might be higher. But still, you know, the capital is available. Yeah.
So, you know,
basically, you need to explore all of the options.
All these options.
Yes. But yes, there is a way. You know, if you have short of capital, then you know you can't. And if you have a good business plan, you know that's profitable, then you know you may raise finance from the day one to do the business. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Excellent. Thank you very much, Arif Bhai. Ladies and gentlemen, so if you are starting up a business, you know, we've gone through certain aspects of it, but one of the most important things I think is suggestible is find yourself a good accountant. Start off with a good accountant, and the accountant should guide you.
Make a good business plan.
Good business plan, yes.
Go to an experienced accountant who can make a good business plan, so the bank will be convinced.
Exactly.
When the bank see that business plan, the bank say, okay, you know, that's fine. He will be able to pay that.
Exactly.
So yes, as you said, you know, only experienced good accountant can do that.
Exactly.
Good business plan.
Yes.
And then your chance to get the finance is relatively easier.
Yeah, easier. Yes, excellent. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Inshallah, we have been helpful, and we do hope that you'll join us again next week. Inshallah, we'll be again back on again on Monday, 8:30 p.m. Inshallah. So please do tune in then. And again, if you have any questions, any queries, please do get in touch with us, and we'll be more than happy to help, inshallah. Thank you very much for watching. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.